Oh yeah, you know what time it is. You know what's going on. I'm your host Cam Silver,
And your co-host Kyle Silver.
and welcome back to another episode of the Silver Boys Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, Kyle, we are almost done with the first round.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Almost there. We almost there, brother.
In the East, we are officially done with the first round.
Yes, yes.
The West, we got two more series that are still going on, but I think that they'll both be done by the end of Saturday.
Yeah, I believe so too. I believe so too.
So let's start off in the East. The Cavs sweep the Heat 4-0. Um, yeah, after game two, the Heat looked like they just gave up. And I'm gonna be honest, this is the last franchise that in any sport that I thought would even like give up because of who the Heat pride themselves on being, the Heat culture and Pat Riley and the Eric Spoelstra, the never say die type attitude. But yeah, getting beat by 35 plus in game three and four, it shows me everything that I need to know.
I mean, they said die. All right. I'll say. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we expected a sweep anyways. We know that the Cavs they are probably one, maybe 1A, 1B in terms of the t best team in the league right now, besides, Oklahoma City. Um, but yeah, I expected a sweep. I didn't expect nothing less. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley. The way Evan Mobley's coming into his own right now is a beautiful sight to see, especially from where he was, his rookie year in comparison now. That boy got it. That
Yeah,
boy got it.
yeah.
Boy got it.
I love how active he is now.
Oh, he's everywhere. He's absolutely on the defensive end, on the offensive end, and even Jared Allen too.
Yeah,
And then just, compound that with the fact that Donovan Mitchell is going to be Donovan Mitchell. And then you got Darius Garland, Isaac Curl. Obviously, I know they were going crazy
hmm
over the course of this 4 games, but the margin of victory is, like you said, is disgusting.
yeah,
That's crazy. Plus,
yeah.
35 points. Oh man.
Considering the fact that the Heat were literally, just a few possessions away from stealing game two.
And then for them to come out in game four the way they came out, lackadaisical,
hmm
just not they were nonchalant with it. Like they were like Cancun on three, 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Right. They look like you want to know what? We're here just because we're scheduled to be here. Other than
Like
that, we're going home.
literally. And then you just seen Coach Spoelstra just standing there, just
Just like, yeah, yeah,
defeated.
yeah.
He ain't want no part to that, man.
Man, I don't blame him. I know those exit interviews are tough right now.
Yes, yes.
Um, oh, also shout out to Evan Mobley. Speaking of him, Defensive Player of the Year. So
Ooh.
yeah, yeah, that's big time.
I was thinking it was gonna go between him or Draymond. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Draymond, low key probably would have been my pick just because of one, the age, but also the fact that obviously he's doing it in the West. Just the circumstances that he did it under too. You know,
No big man behind him either, pretty much.
they it took him a while to bring Quentin Post along.
hmm
Obviously, we know Kevon Looney is like you could get him in certain spots, but you can't always get him. You
He's
know,
not that consistent,
he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's not even really like much of an offensive threat. He's more like your garbage man, so to speak.
He's cleanup crew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, shout outs to Evan Mobley on that one. Big time for them.
Congrats. Congrats.
Celtics beat the Magic 4-1.
Mm,
Gentleman sweep. Same thing. I'm pretty sure we expected this one. I think we even both predicted this one to be a gentleman sweep.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Paulo and Franz gave it their all, and they did exactly what we said that they should do too. They had to,
hmm
they had to go out be the leading scorers in which they were, but Celtics is just, too much.
Overpowered, overmatched. They were, they oversized in
Yeah,
terms of the Celtics.
yeah,
They
everything.
got it all.
Every,
We all know that the Celtics and the Cavs are on a collision course right now.
yep,
You know,
yep.
hopefully the Knicks can. We'll talk about it. We'll
We'll
talk
talk about that when we get there.
about it. Yeah.
Um, Speaking of it, Knicks beat the Pistons 4-2 after failing to close out game five. They closed out game six in fashion. Jalen Big Body Brunson. 30 points. 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 with
Big
the
body Brunson boy.
with the stop on a dime, snatch back, and then the pull up. Man, that was great. That was
Hey, clutch player of the year for a reason,
for a
right?
reason, right?
For
Yeah,
a
yeah,
reason.
yeah, yeah.
When
He
it
didn't
came down to it, game six, you know what I'm saying? Ooh,
in
boy,
enemy
oh
territory
boy.
again, like they did last year in Philly.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that.
Yeah. Nah, man. Shout out to Pistons though. They fought and they fought and they fought. I
Yes.
was I was I was quaking in my boots a little bit, a couple
Yeah,
of games. It easily could have been 4-2 Pistons, I believe. Genuinely, we know though, like, when it comes down to crunch time, those last 2 minutes of the game, the Knicks are pretty much the number one team, I feel like, and just
yeah.
because of Jalen Brunson.
Right, right.
And then,
Yeah.
but even shout out Cat, what was that? Game four.
Yeah, yeah, those
Cat.
big
Shout
three.
out, shout out
Yep.
Cat, yeah,
Mhm.
because that was a different type of cat that I wanted to see. Like an aggressive Karl
Yeah,
Anthony Towns was important, and that's going to be important leading into the next series. But Kate Cunningham, man, that boy,
yeah, yeah.
you
For
were saying it, but that boy there, man.
he's tough, man. He's only the second Pistons player to have a triple double in the playoffs other than Isaiah Thomas.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's other stats that I seen on TNT that I
Mhm.
don't remember, but yeah, no, he put on for sure. Yeah,
Even
that's
Jalen Duren too,
yeah,
man.
yeah, Jalen Darren, big time, man, big time. Him and Cat, going at it in the post was awesome.
Hmm.
Cat and Tobias going at it in the post. You
Yo, and Tobias caught went crazy game five.
hmm He was
He
bugging.
was he I think he was the catalyst as to why, they won
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much
sure,
game five.
for sure, yeah. Yeah, man. Pistons for sure will be back. They will most definitely get stronger after this. I expect
Yeah.
nothing less. JB Bickerstaff, congratulations to him and what he's been able to do. This is one of, if not the best turnaround I've seen in NBA history.
No, genuinely,
You
genuinely,
know,
because of, where the Pistons were down in the dirt for it felt like most of my life, honestly. I'm 23 years old, and I felt like the Pistons have always just been the bottom tier team, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. You haven't.
Aside from Chauncey and those boys.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Um, um,
Because other than that, you've probably only seen, was it the when Blake Griffin was there, but
yeah, that
they weren't
wasn't
doing
nothing. They
anything.
weren't, yeah, they weren't this team.
Exactly, they weren't competitive.
Exactly, but nah, like New York all day. I said five. I'll take six though. I take six. I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah,
six.
I took the six. I took the six. They made
I,
me nervous, but I took the six.
they gotta stop. They gotta stop. They need a blowout win, man. That's what they need.
Yeah, I don't know how they gonna do it against the Celtics though.
They're not. They're not,
Yeah.
dude.
Celtics have a 4-0 lead. Well, Celtics during the regular season won the series 4-0. So
They about to sweep these boys. Oh God.
I checked FanDuel for the
Mhm.
odds. Yeah, Boston Celtics odds in this series are minus 950. Yeah, it's
That's
almost
not even fair,
it's
man.
almost guaranteed.
Why couldn't we get Indiana again? Damn.
Speaking of Indiana, they beat the Bucks 4-1. My heart goes out to Damian Lillard tearing his Achilles after coming
Oh
back from a blood
man.
clot. Um, yeah, yeah, that was just bad. Feel bad for Giannis. Giannis did everything he could. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that game five was crazy. Bucks started off hot,
Hot.
got right to it, but then after that, slowly but surely, Indiana just they cutting down by halftime. It was a game.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they forced overtime and Tyrese Halliburton with the go-ahead bucket at the end of overtime to end it all. And then the thing that's taking all the news though is Tyrese Halliburton's dad
Hmm.
getting in Giannis's face, putting
Hmm.
a towel in his face and everything like that. Don't know if you've seen it, but uh the Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton's father came to an agreement that he can't go to no more games, home games or road games,
At all?
or
Ever?
for the foreseeable future.
Damn, I knew they would give him a punishment. I didn't think it was gonna be for forever.
I didn't think so either, but also what you want to know what made me kind of believe that was the fact that Tyrese Halliburton did go to the press
Yeah.
conference afterwards and he said that his dad was in the wrong. And
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure which we all knew. Like you can't just, whether you're a
You can't
fan
go up. You
or
can't
you're
go up
someone's
to
parent, you can't just do that. You can't just go up to anybody and you can't just walk on the court. Like you at least gotta ask
exactly.
somebody something. Like,
And and what Shaq was saying on Inside the NBA the other day when
oh yeah,
he was like, oh no no no, he's not in the wrong. Yes, he is a he is. If people didn't know that was Tyrese Halliburton's dad and he walked into the court, they probably would have took the man down.
exactly,
Honestly, they would have ran
exactly.
after him and tackled him to the ground. Um, but I mean, in terms of the game itself, uh, when I seen when they came out that timeout, Indiana in OT after Gary Trent Jr. turned the ball over, which is just oh man, that was
That
painful.
one, yeah, that was
That
bad.
was very painful because that essentially lost them the series.
Right.
Because if you come back from if they were to win this game, you never know what could have
You never
happened.
know what happens in game six when they go back to Milwaukee.
Exactly, and then they could have really made it a series, regardless. Um, when Indiana came out that timeout and Pascal Siakam came over to set that screen for
Mhm.
Tyrese Halliburton, the plan and that timeout was, yo, we're gonna get Tyrese and we're gonna get Giannis on Tyrese and
Yep.
we're on ISO for the
Yep.
game, and we're okay with that. And they said that they were okay with that, and
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton did.
And we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is
That's what
always
I.
up there as an MVP and also as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
And he just blew past him like it was nothing,
Like he was a cone.
like it was nothing.
And remember how big Giannis is. Giannis is 6'11".
And then to extend out the way he extended out for the layup, Tyrese Halliburton, I immediately jumped out. I got goosebumps talking about it right now.
Yeah.
That just solidified him to put him here instead
Yeah.
of here again. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
He was here for a little while. He's up here
He
now.
finally made that jump. Yeah.
Yes, this was the jump that I think that he needed. Yeah, I mean, the Cavaliers should be. I think the Cavaliers should be worried.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. They Indiana beat the Cavs 3-1 during the season. So
they matched them
they
perfectly
matched them pretty well.
in
Yeah. They're
size, in athleticism,
athleticism, length, everything.
defense, offense. Their offense might be a little bit more high powered. You never know.
Yeah, I'm yeah, if I was the Cavs, I wouldn't be taking this one lightly.
No, 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 no.
Would not be taking this one lightly at all. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that series starts this Sunday,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. And then not Cavs, the Celtics and the Knicks series start Monday.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
So yeah, like I said, the East is all taken care of right now. Now the West, Thunder swept the Grizzlies. I think we all seen that coming after John Morant went down with his injury.
Hmm.
And then we still got the Warriors and Rockets. Warriors gonna close it out game five, so hopefully game six, Friday night. They're hoping to close that one out. We're getting what we all wanted with the Denver and Clippers series is
Game
game seven.
seven, baby. Yes, sir. Yes,
Game
sir.
seven. This is gonna be that one's gonna be fun. And
Mhm.
then the Bulls beat the Timberwolves beat the Lakers 4-1.
4-1, and gentlemen sweep them, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen sweep Luca and
And
LeBron.
Brown.
And last year you did KD like that too.
Mm-hmm. And you
Ooh,
beat Jokic last year and getting in seven.
ooh, that boy resume getting there. It's
Resume is
getting
nice
there,
right now.
Cam.
Just got to keep taking
Mm-hmm.
those next steps.
Mm-hmm.
Keep taking those next steps, man. He's in my opinion, he's the best leader in the league right now. He's the best leader in the league right now. He's just he has it all working for him.
Mm-hmm.
He finally right before our eyes, like early in the season, he was talking about how he was frustrated with the double teams. JJ Redick kept throwing double teams at him.
He
He
kept
kept passing,
going. I
kept
kept throwing
passing
them
that test,
doubles.
kept passing that test. And shout outs to them. Shout outs to the Wolves, man. They're another team where they kind of remind me of the Pacers, where they're a bad matchup for a lot of people.
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
they're a
They
bad
got
matchup.
size.
Size all over, length, speed, youth. They have, and I love it because they have no care in the world.
They don't. They don't. They just ready to go out there and just throw bows with people. They
Yeah,
ready, and
yeah,
that's something that you got to be scared of. Honestly,
yeah,
you got
yeah.
to fear that.
So
Um,
if the Warriors get past the Rockets Friday night,
oh,
that's gonna be
that's an even worse series for them.
that's gonna be something.
Um, because we know as of right now, I mean, Fred VanVleet just came alive for Houston.
Yeah, these last two games, man.
He has come alive. The
Last two
shots that I
games.
seen him take this last game uh, was in game four. That was right. Yeah,
The game what was it him?
game five. The shots that I was seeing him take and make just all nylon,
Same,
straight
it's same
bottom of the
thing.
bucket.
Same thing in game four. Like it's crazy because like for the most part, it's only been him and Alfred Sengun.
Yes,
Those
it really
and at
has.
least
Jalen Green been non-existent.
he's one player where
He could be so much higher
yes,
than where he is right now.
he could be 1,000 times better than where he is right now.
And I don't know I don't know what that comes down to
You, I don't know either. That's the frustrating part. That
because we see his capability and we see his potential. Does
yes,
he see it? You feel me?
yes, that's the big question because you see him right. It's game one, 7 points. Game two, 38. Then game three, 9 points. Game four, excuse me, 8 points. Game five, 11 points. You're
Yeah,
supposed to be
how you give me 138 like point game in game two?
like you could get away with, just a little, you average what, 20, 21 points a game
You can't
during the
even get to
season.
15? Like,
Exactly. If you give me 15 to 20, then I don't have much to argue with because you're giving me something.
mhm,
But these single digit games that you got going on, and then you give me one great game, and then the rest of them, they're not even mediocre. They're not decent. They're below
mhm,
average.
mhm.
These games say you suck.
Pretty much. Yo. Pretty much. Pretty much.
And I don't, and not
The fact that Sengun is pretty much I feel like Sengun is walking the Warriors down a little bit
by him. Yeah, yeah.
by himself
Him and
before
Fred.
Fred VanVleet came
Yeah,
alive.
yeah, yeah. And think about who Alfred Sengun has to deal with. He has to deal with Draymond Green.
Draymond, who had a very good stop the other day.
Yes, yes, yes. What was that?
When
Game four.
game four, that was when I seen the play defense perfectly,
Yes,
as
yes.
perfect as it can be. As perfect as it can be on Sengun, who that play was drawn up for. They
hmm
wanted Draymond on the isolation. I don't know if that was smart, honestly.
I mean, he was doing work the whole time, so I understood why.
I can understand why.
But at the
Yeah,
same time, that's Draymond Green, though. You feel me?
exactly.
When the game is on,
You called out Draymond Green
when
his
the game
last
is on the
possession
line.
of the game. He ain't allowing that.
Exactly. It
We have seen a decade plus of this man. He is not allowing that.
never, never. But man, yeah, that Jalen just has to figure that out. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what it is, but he has to figure that out like
Hmm.
immediately if he wants to
Hmm.
be taken seriously in this league.
I agree. I agree.
Because right now he just looks like a regular AAU kid.
He looks like a kid that is still going through development,
Yeah,
honestly.
and he's been in the league for 3 seasons now.
I mean, all right.
Like I understand, but at the same time, it's like, and I can't even use the excuse, oh, it's his first playoffs. Because guess what? Look at what Kate Cunningham was doing.
Facts.
Look at what that whole
Facts.
Detroit team was doing. Jalen Duren was in the trenches getting busy. You feel me?
You
Like
are
I
absolutely
got
right.
the other
Yeah.
Thompson twin making, and Jalen Brunson even said it. I got the other Thompson twin making Jalen
Yo, yo,
work.
yo. I know Jalen was tired every game after that boy, after Thompson was guarding him, dog.
But he made that boy work. So it's like I can't, you know what I mean? Like you have to. You need counter moves, you need toughness, you need grit, you trying to beef with Draymond Green and he's telling you to go home and paint your nails like it's
Yeah, that's
like and Draymond Green has every right to do that because you can't score.
exactly. When you can't give me double digits, in 5 games in
And you're a
4 games
scorer. That's the problem.
is that's terrible.
This Rockets team, they could be good, but the problem is they don't score enough.
Yeah,
And he's one of the reasons why.
yeah. He
And
needs
that's
his 3-point shot needs to get a lot better. It needs to be more
more
consistent if he even
consistent.
wants to just be on par with the guy with the bench guys at this point. You
Like
know?
games 3 and 4, he shot 20% from three.
Yeah,
He's
that's boy. That's what I expected here. Rudy Gobert is shooting 3-point shots.
he's not even from free throw percentage. He's shooting 60% from
That's
for the season.
what?
60%, yes. 3 point as a whole is 33%. Field goal percentage is 38%. He's also getting 31 minutes per game.
38% on 31 minutes per game. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. For a player of his stature and his caliber,
Yes.
unex Warriors are gonna win this next game.
Yeah, that's what I think. Just put them out of their misery at this point.
Jimmy gonna kill him. I
Jimmy,
already know it.
yeah.
Jimmy finna kill him.
Either Jimmy or what's it called, or
Or
Steph,
Steph.
especially with the fact that,
Or even
or
Podemski.
even,
Podemski, honestly.
oh yeah, yeah, Pajemski, he was doing his thing. What was that, game four? Game four, he came alive.
Podemski's I could see him carrying the reins of that team, yo. I could start to see, where that progression is playing out. I really do see it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I think that kid could be special. I really, really do.
facts, facts. Before we move on to talk about the draft, since we only have the East,
Hmm.
semi conference semifinals lined up, let's go with the predictions. So Cavs, Pacers, who we got?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Cavs in 7.
Okay, I
I'm
was
gonna go
thinking,
Cavs 7.
I was thinking the same. Cavs seven, yeah.
I really do like it. Like, all right, I'm gonna say this. Indiana, I ain't like Indiana. I never liked Indiana whatsoever. Like, this is just something about, you find something about a certain team that you're just like,
You
ugh.
just don't like,
You
yeah.
just like, ugh. And Indiana's always been that. After Tyler Halliburton went to the basket for that game winner on Giannis, I'm like, you guys got me. You got me. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. But
Yeah.
I think the Cavs are still, they've maintained excellence for too long, over 82 games. They've maintained excellence. I
Yeah.
don't see them stopping that right now.
Yeah, no, same, same. I'll take them at seven. I was gonna go six. Shoot,
I was thinking 6-2.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
was.
shoot. I would for a split second I was even thinking the Pacers, but
Only
I
because
don't
you
know.
said the Pacers beat them
In
earlier
the
this
in the regular
season, in
season,
regular
yeah,
season.
yeah.
3-1, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That means something too. That
Yeah.
means that means only Indiana was pretty much able to get to stop them.
Stop, yeah, yeah. And also it's a division rivalry.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be something. Celtics, Knicks.
Don't make me say it.
I know. I know.
Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
I'll end up I want the upset so badly. I want this
Do you
upset
not? Do you
in
understand?
the worst way.
No, no. I'm taking Knicks in 7. I think that they gonna get them. They are. They are.
Hmm. I need their defense to get on par. I need them to stop having these little mishaps and these little
You know what
droughts
they
that they
can't
keep
do
having.
is
They I hate when they're on a momentum run and then next thing you know, OG or Josh Hart does some stupid boneheaded play and they throw the ball away or they just lose the ball. Not against the Celtics. Not against the Celtics. Shoot, it almost killed you against the Pistons.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and honestly, the Pistons probably might have been able to give the
A
Celtics a better run for
better
their
run,
money,
right? Yeah.
just because of the length that Detroit comes with. I think they're longer than the Knicks, honestly.
And
Maybe not as defensively capable. I don't know because I really do trust that New York Knicks defense
right.
a little bit more, but I don't know, man. Mikal Bridges he has to step up. I think he
Yeah,
has to step up.
the way that he played game six,
Yeah.
same way that he has to play throughout the whole thing. Cat, I need Cat to step up.
Cat he has to average 30 this series.
Yes, yes. I need 30, I need 10. 30
And
and
I
10.
need 30 from Brunson as well too,
Yes,
which you could
I'm not
pencil
even,
him in for.
yeah, I was say I'm not even worried about that. I'm not worried about that. But yes, Cat has to show up. Mikal has to show up. OG for the most part has been doing his thing. He just gets a
OG
little
been
sporadic
balling.
at
No, no,
times.
no.
He
I ain't saying nothing bad about OG.
he just gets sporadic at times, but other than that, I got no problems with him. Hart, I know he's gonna give me his all. I just need him to calm
Hmm.
down just a bit.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
sometimes he be sitting there trying to do these jump passes. What's one thing coach always told you when you were younger? Don't jump and pass the
No
ball.
jumping pass. Yep. That is a non-existent play.
Exactly. Exactly. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna turn it over.
Which we saw
We
the other
saw a
day
lot.
with
Yes.
Indiana
Yeah.
in Milwaukee.
But man, oh, all right. I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go Celtics in 6.
Okay.
But if we see an upset, it's lit. Just know
Yo.
it's lit.
And then no. And then what if Indiana beats the Cavs,
Cleveland. Oh
right?
my goodness.
Right? And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, you get I need the Knicks to run it back
Need
against
to look
Indiana
back.
and whoop them. I need them to sweep them, dog.
They was injured
Sweep.
last season. They don't they was injured last season.
Yeah, exactly. It don't count. It don't count. They was injured. Yo. But man, getting Boston in the second round. God.
I know.
In the playoff tree, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You guys, this is so unfair, yo.
Oh man, yeah, no, they yeah.
And they were supposed to get at least another 2 days of rest. They should have took care of Detroit in game five.
Game 5, yeah. Yeah, just like how Boston took care of Orlando.
Exactly.
Mm-mm-mm. Um, just real quick because we only got like a couple minutes.
Hmm.
Shedeur Sanders was picked in the fifth round by the Cleveland
Cleveland
Browns. He was
Browns.
taken in the fifth round, the 144th pick, and oddly, the Cleveland Browns also took a quarterback in the third round by the name of Dylan
Dylan
Gabriel,
Gabriel.
third round, 94th pick.
Don't I
This is gonna have to be a conversation that we're gonna have to continue to next week, but just your thoughts for right now.
shouldn't have went this long, number one. He shouldn't have dropped that much. Um, everybody had him above Dylan Gabriel. Everybody had him above Jackson Dart.
Yeah, about to say mo for the most part, it was everybody knew it was Cam Ward,
It was
and then
Cam
and
Ward,
then
Shedeur.
yeah, but then also but like some I know some teams said that you could put Jackson Dart and Shedeur next to each other. So
Hmm.
like even like me at that point, I'm like, all right, like if you pick one or the other, then you don't lose. You know what I mean? You get either one, whichever play style that you want the most.
I definitely do think that the league, just in terms of raw reaction, I do think that the league was sending a message, genuinely. I think the owners were sending a message, maybe not the league, but the owners were
Yeah,
sending a message. Um, just in terms of like, okay, you may think that you will run stuff, but you don't. You
not
don't.
now at least.
Not you don't. And they showed them that. And also, I kind of just hearing like the way like some of his interviews went, like we weren't in the room or whatnot, but I think a lot of it was his fault too.
Yeah, I think it's
I
the
really, really
preparedness.
do.
For the most part, for me, it was the preparedness. It has nothing to do with confidence. You want your quarterback to be confident.
Confidence
You're
is
literally,
there, yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
oozing.
Being a quarterback is literally one of, if not the hardest position in all of sports.
Mm.
So yes, you have to be confident, but you have to prepare. You know what I mean? These guys give you these installments. They give you their playbook. They want you to know certain things. You have to know it.
And they said Brian Dable asked him a question in terms of like playbook stuff and he couldn't
You
answer.
couldn't answer it, yeah. And I think that's the main factor, the reason why they went for Dart instead of going for
Exactly.
Sanders. And I'm
And you
pretty
know how
sure,
important that is to somebody like a Brian Dable.
yes, who is, in my opinion, who's a quarterback guru almost, so
Exactly.
to speak. So
And aside from Daniel Jones, yes.
yes,
Yes.
he had that one good year.
That was because of Saquon.
I
God
know,
damn
put an
it.
asterisk over it and put Saquon's name in
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Saquon won championship the year next.
Oh my, oh, that's funny. That's Oh man. Yeah, no, what like I said, we'll continue this conversation next week when
No, this has definitely got to be a longer conversation.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, we'll talk a little more about the draft, but we did our thing with the NBA playoffs this week.
Yes,
But
sir.
all in all, this is this week's episode. Have you guys joined us? Tune in next week as we talk more about the playoffs, talk more about Shedeur, and you never know, we might be able to squeeze in a little more for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here for it.
But till then, I'm your host Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host, Kyle Silver.
and this is the Silver Boys.
Thank you. Thank you.